Thanks for your information so far. We've finished the initial fact find and can see why you're struggling. It's important you act quickly with the next steps to start you on the road to financial recovery. The solutions we're looking at will give you the protection and debt write-off you need. The next steps are to finalise your advice and start putting a solution in place. If you'd like to come and see us for a face-to-face meeting, please just ask. Otherwise, we're happy to carry on helping you over the phone, whatever suits you best. It's really important you're honest and tell us everything. By doing so, we can give you the best advice possible. The more we know, the more we can help. We've asked if any particular event led to you struggling. We also need to know if your circumstances could change in the near future. Let's recap quickly on what we've looked at together. Bankruptcy is shorter than an IVA, as you are usually discharged from your debts in a year, and any payments last for a maximum of 3 years. Like an IVA, bankruptcy gives you protection and writes off unaffordable debt. There is an upfront cost for bankruptcy of £680, and although you may be able to get help with that from certain charities, this isn't guaranteed and it could take time. In bankruptcy, a civil servant, known as the official receiver, takes control of your assets. They will decide how much your monthly repayments will be and whether any assets should be sold. In an IVA, we will work with you to assess how much you can reasonably afford to pay and discuss how your assets are to be treated. A debt relief order is a fast-track bankruptcy and is suitable for people who meet specific criteria. To qualify, you must owe less than £20,000, have a surplus income of less than £50, and your total assets must not be worth more than £1,000. There is an upfront fee of £90 for a debt relief order. With a debt relief order, you don't make regular repayments, and as long as your circumstances don't improve within 12 months, it will end with debt then being written off. If your circumstances do improve, then a DRO could be revoked, meaning you would need to look for a different solution. An individual voluntary arrangement, or IVA, will give you control of your finances. In an IVA, you make a proposal to your creditors, and you can ask them to allow more flexibility over asset realisations and your income and expenditure than might be available under other solutions. It will also protect you from creditor action. An insolvency practitioner will help you to work out one regular affordable payment which you make for a period of 60 months. There are no upfront costs for an IVA. The costs are agreed with you and the creditors, the people you owe money to, and they authorise us to take them from the payments that you make into the arrangement once this is in place. Once an IVA completes successfully, any unsecured debt, apart from excluded debts like fines and student loans, will be written off. An IVA could fail if you don't keep up with payments, and this could lead to bankruptcy. An IVA is longer than bankruptcy and a debt relief order, usually lasting 60 months. But with an IVA, you retain more control in that you put forward an offer to creditors for them to consider. We work with you to ensure that your offer of repayment to creditors is affordable. Each solution has different features and benefits, which you should consider. You have chosen to proceed with an IVA, and we will now help you put this in place. To put an IVA in place, you need to prepare your IVA offer, commonly called your proposal. It's important you tell us about anyone who could be affected by an IVA and if there is any legal action being taken or threatened. We have checked whether you have any assets. By telling us about these, they'll be disclosed in your proposal and protected if appropriate. You also need to tell us about any co-owners and if any assets or money have been sold or given away recently. The proposal is in a standard format and must be accurate. If it isn't, it could allow a creditor to challenge your IVA later on. The good news is with all the information we have from you, we can help put your IVA proposal together. You also need an insolvency practitioner, or IP, to put an IVA in place. The IP is a qualified professional. They have different roles, starting as your advisor, where they have responsibilities only to you. They then act as your nominee for an IVA and work with you and your creditors. They have to conduct an independent assessment of your proposals, and they cannot be influenced by you or the creditors in exercising their judgment. Once the IVA is approved, the IP becomes the supervisor. As supervisor, they oversee the IVA to the end, acting fairly between you and your creditors. The IP has certain powers and can help by allowing payment breaks if your circumstances change or if you begin to struggle. Their main duty is to make sure the arrangement runs in line with the proposal terms agreed between you and your creditors. Once you are happy with it, your proposal is sent to creditors and they can vote on it. We need 75% of those who vote to support the IVA. We can't guarantee an IVA will be accepted by creditors, but we wouldn't be recommending an IVA if we thought it would be rejected. If creditors reject your proposal, we will ask them why and attempt to negotiate with them. With an IVA in place, you will be protected from legal action from IVA creditors. Remember, you are in control. As long as you cooperate, are honest, keep us informed if your circumstances change, and make your regular, affordable payments, your IVA will be successful, and any unsecured debt left at the end will be written off. You can stop things getting any worse, and the sooner we start on your proposals, the earlier you will start down the road to financial recovery. The good news is we'll be with you every step of the way, and if you need a solution fast, we will do our best to speed you on your way. Thanks for watching this animation. If you have any questions, please just ask.